Well, it's here. The day is here. Kings season can either end tonight or they can exorcise some demons and do what Golden State did to them last year, do it back to Golden State, and ending their season in the play-in game 9-10. Winner of this game plays the loser of the Lakers-Pelicans game that is going on right now. Right now, the Lakers are winning that game 64-53 with 9 minutes playing the third quarter. Obviously, for the Kings, they'd probably rather play the Lakers because they've beaten 4 times this year. And the Pelicans, they haven't beaten. They're 0-5 against New Orleans. So, right now, this result, if it holds, they'll be playing New Orleans, which isn't that good. But they got to take care of business first tonight, then focus on the New Orleans Pelicans. Once again, Kings versus Warriors tip-off is in about 1 hour. So, go over my spiel with the pregame stuff. Then I'm going to open the phones to you guys where you guys can call in to discuss your keys to the game for either Kings or if you're a Warriors fan and you're watching, discuss your keys to the game for the Warriors and give your prediction call. Is going to be short. It's going to be probably like no more than a 30-minute pregame show because I want to get back and get a little more prep for the game, which starts in, again, an hour, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific. So first, let's start off with this. It's a 9-10 game. These two teams played 4 times in the regular season. They split the season series, and it wasn't just a split. Every single game these two played were close. The 2 games the Kings won against Golden State were each by 1 singular point. Yes, one of those wins was the play-in tournament game where Malik Monk had a game-winning shot. The other one was in Golden State where Harrison Barnes dropped almost 40 points. So those are the 2 Kings wins. The 2 Warriors wins were Klay Thompson when he hit a game winner, and when Steph Curry dropped 40-plus in Sacramento in their first meeting. The seasons of 2-2, they split the series in series. Obviously, these 2 teams played last year in the playoffs. Warriors won in 7 games. Kings won the first 2. Warriors won 3 of the last 5. So, 4 of the last 5, not 3 of the last 5. So, let's get into some keys to the game for your Sacramento Kings. First of all, the Warriors, just want to put this out there. The Warriors are the smallest team in terms of average height in the NBA. So what's the key to the game for the Kings? Drive to the basket. Take advantage of the matchup inside. I like Trace Jackson Davis, but right now, just for the Kings, Domantas Sabonis is going to be guarded by Trace Jackson Davis. There is no excuse. Sabonis was kind of a ghost last year. I'm going to admit it. He was not that good last year. It's not Kevon Looney guarding him this time. It's going to be Trace Jackson Davis. Trace Jackson Davis was a second-round rookie. I have high hopes for him, but there's no reason that Domas should be cooked tonight by Trace Jackson Davis. There's no way. He has to have a big game. Also for the Kings, Stephen Curry for the Warriors, by the way, is not 100%. He's playing, but he's not 100%. He's about 70%. He has an ankle injury. So he's going to be my second key of the game. Drive to the basket, especially if you're De'Aaron Fox. Like I said, Warriors are the smallest team, and also Steph Curry, like I said, is not 100%. Fox is the quickest player in the NBA. He's got to drive, got to get right past Steph Curry. He's also not known for his defense. Drive to the basket. Don't chuck up threes because that will not work against a team with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. Drive to the basket and feed Domas inside, and Domas has got to take advantage of the matchup inside against Trace Jackson Davis. So let's also get the key injuries. Warriors, this is kind of big. It may not sound that big, but it is big for the Warriors. Warriors are going to be without Gary Payton II. Gary Payton II, what last year was the best defender of Fox, and he's also Golden State's best on-ball defender, period. He is not playing tonight, nor is he playing the entire play-in. And obviously the Kings are without Malik Monk and Kevin Huerter, which are big because Malik Monk was the Kings' best player last year against Golden State, so they have got to get some outside scoring. That's why my X factor tonight for Sacramento is Keegan Murray. Keegan has got to make his shots. There cannot be a game where Keegan Murray doesn't do anything. There's a lot of games this season where Keegan Murray has been so quiet. This cannot be one of those games. They need some scoring. They need some, at least I'd say 35 points combined from like Murray and Barnes combined to make up for Monk and Huerter. So Keegan Murray is my X factor. Also, a close second is Harrison Barnes. Once again, Kings looking to exercise some demons tonight against the Golden State Warriors. Obviously, they lost in 7 last year. For Game 7, Steph Curry dropped 50 points, lost by 20 points. Kings looking to end the Warriors season. That's the Warriors ended their season last year. I'm going to post a link in the chat. Once again, keep calls quick and call in to discuss your keys to the game, whether it's for the Kings or for the Warriors, and give your predictions. Let's get to some early chatters. Aiden Fraser, what's going on? Says, we need the Pels to win tonight. Yeah, absolutely. You do not want to play the Pels. No. So yeah, you do need the Pels to win tonight. If they don't, I'm still hopeful that a win tonight will drive us for our first Pel win of the season. like the beam. I mean, we said when the Pelicans are playing the Kings for the 5th time this year. It's hard to beat a team 5 times in the same year. I mean, let alone 6. So it's not really guaranteed the Kings will lose if they play the Pelicans, but I'd rather the Kings play the Lakers, of course, they have not lost to the Lakers at all this year. They're 4-0 against Los Angeles. So yeah, I agree. I think the Kings need the Pelicans to win today, absolutely. But they at first need to take care of business tonight against Golden State. Sunset Productions LLC, Birch, what's going on? Says, oh boy, feels so weird to root for the Pelicans, but I'm glad Zion's been cooking. Yeah, Zion has had a good game, but Pelicans down now 13 points to the Lakers. CJ McCollum's been struggling. So, I don't know. Hopefully the Pelicans come back. Hopefully they can. It's Kings. Chardall, what's going on, Chardall? Says, game starts in 1 hour. Go Warriors, burn the beam, says Chardall. We'll see. 2 minutes late. Was that 2 minutes late? I don't even remember. Daniel Berry Sports Live, what's going on, Daniel Berry? Laker fan, what's going on? Says, evening, everyone. Evening, Daniel. And he says, imagine Fox drops 50 points and Steph the same game. Fox drops 50 on Steph's head. That would be absolute cinema. Absolute cinema. Ponytail, what's going on, Ponytail? So yes, I saw. Giants are losing the lowly Marlins, so that's not obviously ideal. So again, if you would like to call in, the link is in the chat. You just click the link and you should be in, and you call in to discuss your keys to the game, your prediction. It's not going to be long calls. It's probably going to be, this show in general is probably going to be like no more than 30 minutes. So I'm going to get right to the game, get some more prepping. So do that if you want to call in. Again, the link is in the chat. So yeah, Ponytail says, I mean, if we win the series, we should be fine. I don't know if the Kings are going to win the, I mean, the Giants are going to win the series. I don't. So again, my keys to the game, they got to drive to the basket, especially De'Aaron Fox, and feed Domas inside. Again, I love Trish Jackson-Davis. I think the Kings should have drafted him, but he shouldn't be locking up Sabonis. He shouldn't be. Especially with the season Sabonis has had, there's no excuse for Domas. No excuse for Domas to be owned like he was last year by Kevon Looney. There's no excuse. There's none. You don't have to call in. You don't have to. No, you don't have to call in if you don't want to. But if you want to, the link's in the chat. But of course, I'm not going to force you to call in. I'll just interact with the chat then if you don't want to. But the link is there in the chat if you would like to. So hopefully the beam is lit tonight. Hopefully the Kings, again, exercise their demons from last year. And they move on to face either the Lakers or the Pelicans, looking like Pelicans keep losing. The Kings were to win. They would face New Orleans in New Orleans. Obviously, that is not ideal because Pelicans being 5 times this year. I also want to show one more thing before we do whatever. Wait, what? Oh, sorry, sharing. Never mind. I want to give you guys a stat comparison between these two teams. So, ESPN has this. So, let's go over the stat comparison. I'm actually going to full screen this here. So, as you see, the Warriors went 46-36. Guess what? So did Sacramento. This is just how even these two teams are. It's going to be, in my opinion, one crazy game. Kings went 24-17 at home. Warriors were a very good road team this year. They went 25-16 on the road, so they're used to this. And they're veterans. They've been here before. They've won many titles. This Warriors team is not going to be shaken up going into the Golden One Center, such as they were just last year. And yeah, the points for Golden State has scored more than Sacramento this year, 118. Kings have scored 116.6. Kings defense, though, has been better than Golden State. And that's another thing that I think can be big for the Kings, especially the emergence of Keon Ellis. Last time these two teams played was January 25th in Golden State. That was before Keon Ellis was a main rotation player. And since January 25th, the Kings defense has been like a top 10 defense in the entire league. So both these teams are very different since they last met each other. They're very different. So this is why this game's going to be more intriguing. These teams haven't seen each other in a while. Very different teams since they were in January. And as you can see, look at these matchups. Kings, all their meetings that they won were by 1 point. Warriors won by 1 point, and they also won by 8. So a total of 9 points decided by the Warriors wins. Kings have won by 1 in each of those games. And yeah, leading scorer for the Warriors is Steph Curry. De'Aaron Fox leading scorer for the Kings. Of course, Domantas Sabonis is there for rebounds and assists for Sacramento. Brandon Podziemski. He can be someone that the Kings got to look out for tonight. He was the leading rebounder for the Warriors, a rookie out of Santa Clara. Assists Chris Paul. Steals Chris Paul. De'Aaron Fox actually leads the NBA in steals. Blocks. Keegan, I didn't know this. I was looking at this earlier. Keegan Murray leads the Kings in blocks. And Trace Jackson-Davis, of course. And yeah, Kings they can't check up threes. They got to drive to the basket. They got to drive to the basket. JJ or Gay Shark was going on says the Warriors shouldn't steal the spotlight. No, they shouldn't. They shouldn't steal the spotlight. Shit, it would be so nice. Yeah, it would be so beautiful if the Kings were to beat the Warriors tonight and end their season. Oh, that would be so so amazing if the Kings were to do that. It'd be so amazing. But we'll see. In the next whatever 3 hours, we're gonna either be very sad people or very happy people. So we'll see what happens. This is why basketball is so fun. So winner go home game, the play-in tournament, and even if you win this game, you still got to win one more to make it to the actual playoffs. It's gonna be a ride, but this entire season has been a roller coaster ride for the Kings. But hopefully there's more games. Hopefully this isn't the last game of the season for Sacramento. Hopefully they play either New Orleans or Los Angeles on Friday, and have a chance to move on to play the Oklahoma City Thunder in the 1v8 series. Obviously, by the way, if you don't know, we'll be live for the game, obviously, but like we normally do. We'll be live for the game right when it starts, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific. So we're live for this at first. If no one calls in, which, okay, you don't have to call in, we'll probably end this in like 5 minutes. But we'll also be live for the game. Keep that in mind. So hope to see all you guys in the game tonight, watching it with me. Definitely be very, very nervous. So hopefully I'll see you all guys during the game tonight as well. Jordan Montgomery will debut. I didn't know that. Jordan Montgomery's going to debut Friday. I didn't know that. So again, game starting at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. The Pelicans-Lakers game is going to commercial break, I believe. Show me the score, TNT, of the Pelicans-Lakers game. Again, Kings or Warriors, whoever wins this game will play the loser of this Lakers-New Orleans game. For the Kings, room for the Pelicans. Wow. The Lakers are killing them again. 75-59 Los Angeles. So, I mean, that's not really that ideal for the Kings, because that means they got to play New Orleans if they want to make it to the playoffs. They got to play New Orleans once again. And obviously, the Pelicans are a boogeyman to the Kings. But am I going to do a Warriors-Kings postgame show? Not, well, kind of. I'll probably do like a little postgame show on the same stream as the actual game that we're doing, but I'm not going to do like a whole new stream for it. But just talk about the game, whatever happens after it ends on the normal stream. So that's what's going to happen. Especially the last game of the season, we're going to stay on for a long time. If it's the last game of the season, which it could be if the Kings lose, obviously. So winner go home. Do or die for both these teams. Do or die. So yeah, the Warriors, I mean, if the Warriors lose this game, there could be a lot of changes over there in San Francisco. There can be a lot of changes. I mean, this could be their last year of the dynasty, per se. It could be. I mean, this offseason, Klay Thompson can be traded. There's going to be a lot of things that happen for the Golden State Warriors, especially if they lose this game tonight. There can be a lot of changes. Yeah, I can put the link again. I'll put the link one more time. So again, if you want to call in, it's going to be quick calls. Discuss the game, give your keys to the game, give your prediction, whether you're a Kings fan or a Warriors fan. I don't really care. Let me just see some settings here. I think this should fix what's probably going to happen. So yeah, if you want to join, just click this link. So you're probably have some Chardall calling in right now. Probably going to. Get a sip of water here. So again, Steph Curry is not 100%. Gary Payton II is not playing for Golden State. And the Kings, obviously, without Malik Monk and Kevin Huerter. So again, I'm going to keep saying it. Drive to the basket. Don't just chuck up threes like you usually do, because the Kings usually live or die by the three if you haven't watched them before. They usually live or die by the three. Drive to the basket. The Warriors are the smallest team in the NBA in terms of average height. Drive to the basket. De'Aaron Fox, get the ball in his hands and let him cook. Steph Curry's going to be going to De'Aaron Fox probably. No offense, Steph Curry. He's not that good defensively. He's not that good. So if you're Fox, get right past him, make some plays. And give the ball inside to Domantas Sabonis. I can't say that enough. Give it inside to Sabonis. Trace Jackson Davis is going to be on him. He's a rookie. He's not Kevon Looney. There's no excuse for Sabonis to have a quiet game tonight. There's no excuse. So give the ball to Fox and let him cook and feed Sabonis inside. That's what the Kings got to do to win this game. Who won the series, Josh or D-backs? So I can probably see a split, honestly. Both teams have been struggling, Ponytail. So I can probably see a split. So don't game our cards. We'll probably end it here in about within the minute. And again, we'll be live for the game. The stream after this ends should redirect you right to it. We'll be live for the game for what we normally do. Reactions, commentary, all that, heebie-jeebie stuff. So see you all guys there, hopefully. See you all guys there. So again, here's, if you want to look at it yourself, here's the team comparison like I just went over. If you want to look at it yourself, I'll full screen it. Both teams very similar. And as you saw their matchups, all these teams are very close to each other. They always play good games, especially after last year. A rivalry has been born between these Northern California teams. So should be very fun. Golden One Stars is going to be absolutely rocking tonight. It's supposed to be a whiteout. Kings going to be in the white uniforms. It's going to be one hell of a night, win or loss. But hopefully win. Hopefully win the Kings. Hopefully they don't lose. Hope their season doesn't end to Golden State like it did last year again, because that would be quite sad. Hopefully they end Golden State season. Because if that happens, if the Kings end Golden State season, that will 100,000% make this a non-debatable. Because right now it's debate as to whether or not this is a rivalry. It would make it a non-debatable rivalry if the Kings would end Golden State season tonight. It would. So that's what I'm hoping for. But we'll see. Knicks 5. What's going on? Knicks, as the Kings lose, will I consider this a successful season? Absolutely not. I think the only way that this is a successful season for the Kings is if they obviously get out of the play-in, and I say honestly, no. I think if they just get out of the play-in, it's fine. It's not a successful season per se, but it's not also a disappointing season. I'd say you probably met expectations if that happens. But if they lose this game, the season was, in my opinion, a complete failure. For first of all, you didn't do anything in the offseason, and second of all, you did nothing at the trade line. They ran it back. And if you run it back, you're expected to get the same results you did last year. And that didn't happen. Kings were the 3 seed last year. Sure, they only won one less game than they did last year. And they're the 9 seed now because the West is insane. But if you lose in the play and don't even qualify for the playoffs, this is a failure of season, in my opinion, for the Sacramento Kings. That's my opinion of that. So, all right, so it doesn't seem like we have any callers in, so we're going to head out here. Once again, I'll see you guys game time, reactions, commentary, all that stuff. I'll see you all guys then. Game time, once again, is in about 40 minutes, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific. Thank you guys for tuning in. Light the beam.